All right, today we're gonna do something a little different. I was on the website maybe 2 days ago for the warfare video, and I was like, oh man, I haven't checked out the website. I haven't seen some of these details, so I figured I'd just make a video about it, and we just go through the top tabs: action, system, world, monsters, characters. We won't do the videos just because we've honestly reacted to all the videos so far that I know about. So yeah, if you do want to see those videos, just go check out the previous Dragon's Dogma videos or the Dragon's Dogma playlist, and all the videos should be there. But yeah, let's jump right into it and let's see what the world of Dragon's Dogma 2 has in store. All right, so first off, we have Dragon's Dogma 2 available March 22nd, 2024, PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and Steam. And I believe this just jumps right into the. Okay, yeah. So it jumps right into like action systems. So let's jump over to action. Action, wield swords, bows, and chant magic. Action that challenges your creativity. The locations in Dragon's Dogma 2 give you the ability to approach combat the way you want, but that is not all. The terrain you traverse and the enemies you encounter will be varied and rich, whether they be suspension bridges, teeming with enemies, or unstable footholds, leading to mass monsters. As you can see, it's Cyclops, and I'm assuming that's a collapsing bridge with goblins. The world of Dragon's Dogma 2 is meticulously woven to encourage players to try different things. So I'm assuming in this one, well, in this one they're knocking down the Cyclops into like a little ravine or hole. And this one looks like they collapsed or blew up the bridge. But I wonder how would we get across now though? Or the Risen get across? That'd be interesting to see. How exactly would we be able to get across now that we blew it up? Vocations, diverse vocations and party setup. Organizing your party is essential when embarking on a quest of your journey. Your chosen vocation will allow you to overcome combat and other challenges of your adventure according to your playstyle. Choose your vocation. So obviously we have the fighter, archer, thief, mage, warrior, sorcerer, magic archer, mystic spear hand, trickster, and the warfarer. I think there's going to be more vocations. Claim it here now, today, February 3rd. There's probably going to be more vocations than just this. The fact that they came out with the Warfare and no one had any idea what it was, I can guarantee there's probably going to be a maybe two more vocations, maybe two more. Well, all right, let's I guess let's start out with the fighter and we'll just go through each one. So the fighter is like your typical sword and shield guy or woman. The fighter vocation excels in melee combat, definitely wielding a sword and shield. Fighters can slice through enemy ranks and deliver powerful blows while also using their shield to protect themselves and their allies. Let's go to Archer. Archer, the Archer vocation specializes in long range attacks using the bow and arrow. They perform their attacks from afar and can target enemies in high positions. In addition, they're essential in supporting the front line. For example, by targeting enemy weaknesses, they can create opportunities for their allies to strike. This, 9 times out of 10, will definitely be my starting vocation. Because if you didn't know, if I didn't already say it in my previous videos, in Dragon's Dogma 1, I always started off as a strider. Which the strider is essentially the thief and the archer in one class, and then I went to an assassin, and I literally dressed it up just like this, just like this. But I played all the vocations, but I think the assassin and the archer and the thief or the strider was my favorites. Thief, which again, from Dragon's Dogma 1 or the previous Dragon's Dogma, it was a combination of Archer and Thief, so it was a Strider. So this one, they decided to split them. So the Thief attacks with deadly speed, dealing rapid and consecutive strikes with daggers in both hands while exhibiting outstanding mobility. They quickly step away after striking, exploit openings to cling onto enemies, and inflict heavy damage. They may also steal items from NPCs and enemies. That's cool. All right, you weren't able to like steal items from NPCs or like sneak behind enemy and pickpocket. So that's actually pretty cool. I like that. I like that addition. The mage. Wielding a staff, the mage offers support to their party in various ways, from launching magic attacks, offering enchantments that bolster their party members' weapons, to casting healing spells. The more advanced and powerful the magic is, the longer the incantation time will be. As a mage, you will experience I can't talk. You will experience the strategic excitement of deftly executing your magic abilities. I don't know if I specifically have seen this part yet. But yeah, it's just a casting of abilities. Let's go to the warrior. We've seen plenty of the warrior, and this sword just looks so cool. The warrior boasts a robust physique, specializing in direct combat with the strength to endure enemy counterattacks. Warriors are masters of two-handed weapons such as great swords and hammers. The strike that is unleashed after charging power and identifying an opening is among the most powerful attacks of all vocations. So they are the heavy hitters. They hit really hard. Sorcerer, which is like a more advanced class than mage. Sorcerer is a vocation completely specialized in various magic attacks. Their magic is conjured with both hands through large staff and can change the tide of battle at any given opportunity. As their magic spells take longer to cast, it is key for the sorcerer to find a safe place and determine the correct moment to strike. Mage or sorcerer was incredibly broken in Dragon's Dogma 1 because of one spell. And I'm not gonna say that spell because I don't want to spoil anybody who hasn't played Dragon's Dogma 1, but just know it was it was insanely broken. If you know, you know. Let me know down in the comments below. Ooh, that rhymed. Alright, the Magic Archer. The Magic Archer. Available only to the original, Magic Archer vocation excels in long range combat with their magic arrows. In addition to attacking or healing, Magic Archers also are adept to supporting their allies. They can learn a custom skill that unleashes a devastating attack over a wide area in exchange for reducing their own maximum HP. I think they actually had that in the first one as well. But I think it took like a heavy, heavy toll on the original the person, so it really wasn't even worth doing. All right, Mystic Spear Hand, which this is one of the classes I am most excited to play, specifically from this clip right here. This is one of the clips that they showed during the I think the original whenever they announced it. And man, this looks so cool. The Mystic Spear Hand, a vocation available to only the Arisen, combines melee and magic, making them a well-balanced vocation that is effective from any range. The Mystic Spear Hand is a master of their unique weapon, the Duo Spear. Using magic, they can paralyze enemies or hurl multiple objects at them. Man, I am so excited to try this out. I so excited, and I want to find. I'm assuming I'm not 100% sure. Let me know down in the comments below if you all know that the way the leveling works, I don't think you have to go into a specific vocation now in order to like min-max your skills. But I may be incorrect. But if I had to guess, you would probably need to start off with like a thief and a mage to build up those skills to get like the best min-max of Mystic Spear. Let me know down in the comments below if you all know. I'm not 100% sure about that, but I'm pretty sure they made it so you don't have to go into a specific vocation just to get specific skills. All right, next up we have the Trickster. Trickster, vocation exclusive to the Arisen. The Trickster can conjure illusions through the smoke created by its unique weapon, the Censer. Tricksters can use illusions to deceive enemies into fighting against their own. They also have the ability to temporarily increase the power of pawns beyond their limits. This is also like a very interesting class just because they're pacifist, essentially, is the way that is explained in the video. They don't really attack or do anything. They just create illusions and make the enemies attack themselves or kill themselves. And that's it. That's all they do. And that's pretty cool. The fact that you could just cast illusions, I think this outfit, or this hood at least, looks really cool. But the fact that you just create illusions and make enemies or stun enemies is great. I think that's going to be really interesting to play with. And last but not least, that is on this list at least, the Warfare, which we did a video on this. If you haven't checked this out, go look at the latest video. But the Warfare is a new vocation exclusive to the Arisen that can use every weapon and learn different skills from each vocation. By using diverse weapons, the Warfare can respond to any situation and create combos that cross vocational boundaries. The Warfare's lower base stats require them to utilize situational strengths of different weapon types to be on par with other vocations with specialized strengths. And I think that's the end of all the vocations that they've announced. I think there's going to be 2 more vocations. I said that earlier, but yeah. Vocation Meisters, those who have mastered their vocation. So I think we went through this the other day. We went through the Warfare. So essentially, you have different people that you can go to and train with, and they'll give you different skills, which that would probably be very important for the Warfare. But yeah, let's move on to System, I believe. System. Alone but together, accompanying your single player experience. So I'm assuming, yeah, it goes over the pawns, character creator, and the journey. So pawns. I'm not gonna read through this whole thing, but pawns are essentially the people that go through the journey with you. You can hire up to 2 more because you have the Arisen has their own pawn. So, and you can also get these pawns hired on to other people. And I'm not sure if they're gonna do it the same way they did in Dragon's Dogma 1, where if someone else hires your pawn, you can get rift crystals, which allow you to get even better pawns or even better items that were above your level. I'm hoping they do it that way because that'll be pretty cool. But yeah, these are pawns, and every pawn learns from each journey that they take. They learn more skills depending on who they're with. If someone hires your pawns and they do something that you haven't done, your pawn can come back and tell you, "Hey, I did this last time. We should go check this out." And I believe in Dragon's Dogma 2, you can now allow them to take the lead, so they'll show you where you need to go for the quest, and they'll kind of just walk you through it. Pawn specializations. Specializations are a unique feature of pawns. The ability to translate Elvish is one of the many specializations. If a pawn who has learnt Elvish is nearby, they will automatically interpret it for you. There are many other specializations which will add to the color to a pawn's personality. Okay, so that's pretty cool. So I'm assuming again, if you have your pawn go on different journeys, or you have someone that has went on a different journey, and they pick up special skills, that pawn is going to be the best pawn ever. Like, imagine you have someone, which is probably going to be me, so add me on Steam. You have someone that has went through the entire game, or that has journeyed through a lot of the game and have gone step by step to go check out every single thing, and their pawn has like special things that they can do. Like, that pawn is immeasurable. So you always want to have that pawn with you over and over again. Definitely if it has like the correct vocation that you need on your team. But that's pretty cool. So there's obviously going to be more than one specialization. Dragon plague. So this is what I did not know. Dragon plague is a contagious disease-like condition that infects pawns as they travel between worlds. Rather than being weakened, pawns with the disease are said to display remarkable performance and to become conspicuously bold in their speech and behavior. According to folklore, when the symptoms of dragon plague reach a terminal stage, it will result in a devastating calamity. But the veracity of those claims is unclear. So I wonder, I understand from traveling between worlds, but I wonder what that truly means. Traveling between worlds. Is it having your pawn go to different places or different people, different Arisens? Hmm. And the character creator, we actually made a whole video about the character creator. So if you haven't checked that out, Go check it out on the page. Journey in an immersive world. Quest. Travelers, merchants, soldiers, and other folk go about their daily lives, preoccupied by their own objectives and motives. They all exhibit different emotions. At times, they may lead you to a quest by approaching you and asking you for a favor. If a pawn with knowledge of your current quest accompanies you, they can guide you on your way. In addition to main story objectives, you can receive a variety of quests by speaking with inhabitants of the world and deepening your relationship with them. Of course, it is up to the player to accept the quest or to make use of the pawn's guidance. Enjoy the freedom and shape your journey. That's pretty cool. So no longer, from what I understand, is there gonna be like markers on the map to be like, hey, there's a quest here. There's just gonna be people that come up to you that may ask for a quest and give you special items. This is gonna be a huge problem for me, I know, because I get sidetracked a lot, and I will probably get sidetracked on every single thing and do every single quest that somebody comes up to me. Say, hey, I need some help. All right, well, what do you need me to do? All right, days and nights of this world, as in the real world, time is constantly passing in this world, and night eventually comes. The night is shrouded with a deep dark. And without a source of light to illuminate your surroundings, finding your way will be a challenge. You will want to be well prepared for the perils cloaked by the dark of night. If you find a campsite, you may choose to camp out for the night to alleviate fatigue and chat with your allies. All right, so I think this is something new that they added that will help with certain systems in the game. So I know now that there's a system within the game where if you get hit, it will deplete your health to like a little gray bar. And that gray bar doesn't go away, or you don't get full health again until you rest somewhere. And I think that is a part of this whole day and night cycle, which I think that's pretty cool. I think that's going to keep you, all right, well, hey, well, I may need to go home and rest, or I may need to go rest at this inn, or I can go rest out at a campfire. But you have to make sure that you're aware of all the enemies that are around in the surrounding area. I think it was in one video that they had a griffin that came back to the spot and attacked everyone while they were sleeping. All right, traveling with ox carts. Ox carts. I think we also went over this. This is just another way of traveling without having to actually walk through the entire world, which I think that's pretty cool. That's definitely a great addition, honestly. And I think next up is the world. A deeply detailed, immersive fantasy world. The characters and monsters you encounter and the environments you explore take full advantage of immersive physics, character AI, and the latest in graphics. Your tale unfolds in a truly immersive fantasy world. So we have Vermund and Batal. Vermund is a kingdom of humanity. Batal is a nation of Beestian. So I have a feeling that these are going to be rivals, or they're going to become rivals at one point. Something's going to happen that you're going to have to take care of that. Ramon, Kingdom of Humanity. Ramon is a kingdom of humanity where the arisen rules as king. It is the first nation of the protagonist explorers built on a lush green land, and the king, the nobles reside within the kingdom's fortified city. The town is where the commoners reside, sprawls around the castle. Currently, the queen regent Disa supports a false arisen. Oh, okay, so there's a false arisen. Vermund is the scene of many conspiracies to seize the throne. All right, so this looks kind of like the original city, like just this area right here. Looks like the original city in Dragon's Dogma, the first one. Sacred Arbor, home of the elves. In addition to the humans and the bestial, a race called elves also inhabit this world. They prefer not to interact with other races and live in the remote village of the Sacred Arbor. The elves speak their own language, which makes communication with them difficult, but there seem to be some pawns who understand Elvish. For one, my pawn will be an elf. I'm not a pawn. My arisen will be an elf if I can make one in the character creator. I will be making an elf. So 9 times out of 10, my pawn will understand Elvish. So again, be on the lookout. All right, Batal, nation of beastmen. Batal is a nation of beastmen defined by its own unique culture. The steep canyons of Batal still hold ancient ruins, and cities have been constructed amidst them. The culture, customs, and beliefs of Batal have been nurtured by their harsh natural environment and different from those of Ramund. In Batal, pawns are seen as a source of misfortune. Instead of their arisen, the citizens worship the lambent flame to ward off calamity, with Empress Nadinia at its center. Okay, and this area looks amazing. Like, could you imagine what this area looks like in game? Oh, that's gonna be sweet. All right. So the next up, we have monsters. Monsters facing the monsters that inhabit this world. All right. So is it gonna give us? Okay. So we'll just go through it like this. Drake, a monster of dragon family. Drake spits out powerful flame. It also possesses the intelligence to skillfully manipulate magic. If you encounter one, be prepared for an all-out battle. I'm not gonna read all of them, but I will scroll through all of them. So next up, we have a Dulahan. What is that? A knight covered in spiritual purple flame, cradling its own head. He engages in deadly swordplay with a firm stance. In the dark, he transforms into the black mist and stalks the living. Oh, that's pretty cool. Oh, I bet he has like a really sweet weapon that you can get from him. Talos, the bronze giant from Legends. So we've seen this in the one of the previews, I believe. A white or white. It's just a skeletal priest or a skeletal sorcerer. Knacker, well, that's a new class. Knacker is a type of goblin that wields a long weapon. That wields a long weapon. They are agile on elevated terrain and good at raiding from higher ground. Underestimate their mobility, and you may be easily overpowered. Okay, that's a newer class. Minotaurs. This is the newer class. Obviously, a Minotaur that's like in all your legends. A Cyclops, Rattlers. All right, that looks like a new one. Four-legged beasts whose backs seem to be covered in rocks. They appear on mountainous terrains and can be mistaken for a giant rolling boulder. Try to knock them down and aim for the weak spots on their stomach. So I'm assuming it's like the I can't think of it, but like the little lizards in Dragon's Dogma, the original. Chopper. It looks like another form of goblins that, yeah, it looks like deep forest. So I'm assuming these are the ones that may be around the elvish community. Griffins. This is a typical griffin we see in the griffin. Undead. So it's like the zombies. Skeletons. Oh, slimes. I don't think they had slimes in the first one. Did they? Hmm. Maybe they did. I just never paid attention. Slimes can crawl through complex terrain. I think they did. Maybe. I don't know. But slimes can crawl through complex terrain such as substances in their body. I'm sorry. Slimes can crawl slowly through complex terrain as the substances in their body dissolves enemies that get in the way. Physical attacks have no effect against this monster. An ogre. They love women. Don't be a woman. A golem. A chimera. This is I remember when I first fought a chimera in the first one. It was joyous. A saurian. That's what I was thinking about for the little rock guys, the rock lizards. Harpies. Wolves. Oh, is that it? Hobgoblins. Regular goblins. And drakes. So yeah, that's all your monsters. And last but not least, we have characters. Characters. This world has inhabitants of various races, each with their own agendas and motivation. Here are some of the characters who play a deep role in the Arisen story. Your relationship with them will differ greatly depending on your own actions. Those who weave the dogma of this world. So we have the dragon. The dragon, symbol of the world's destruction, soars through the sky with its massive wings and breathes flame that scorch everything in its path. Some are terrified by its descent, while others revere it as a god, which I think it technically is a god. Arisen, whom the player controls, their heart is taken by the dragon, setting them on the path where they must slay the dragon. And pawns, mysterious otherworldly beings devoted to serving the Arisen, with their character uniquely determined by the player and controlled by AI. They make gameplay feel like you're accompanied by others. Diverse characters that shape your story. Alright, so we'll start from the top. Eureka, the young leader of Melv. She has a strong sense of responsibility and trains diligently to protect her people. When the Arisen was wounded in the dragon's attack, she nursed him back to health. So she's the one that saved our lives. Nadinio, she's the queen or the leader. Leader of the Batal and the high priestess to the Lambent Flame. Educated as a royal from an early age, she became the head of her nation at a young age. She has earned the trust of the people of Batal thanks to her kindness and her desire for peace and prosperity in the nation. Brent, he kind of looks familiar from like the previous game, but I don't think he was in the previous game. I think they just had someone that may have looked like him, maybe without the beard. The honest and righteous captain of the palace guard. He has been demoted. He has been demoted among the royal court for opposing the queen regent. Concerned for the best interests of the Vermund, he offers cooperation to the Arisen. Okay, so he's gonna have an issue with if we help the Beastern. Disa, queens of the previous sovereign of Vermont. She took charge of the kingdom's government after his death. She schemes to install her beloved son Sivan as the next king. She has the grace and haughtiness of a royalty and cool-headed and disdainful. I'm assuming she's the one that serves under the corrupted Arisen or the non-Arisen. All right, Manila, a beastman who leads the guard of the flamboyant lane, protecting the high priestess and her acolyte. She is fiercely loyal to the Empress Nadinia, who treats her people equally. Following that example, she is concerned about discrimination between races and strives to be more righteous herself. Okay, so she's gonna be a good in-between character. I'll probably always help her, be honest. Wilhelmina, proprietress of the Rose Chateau in Vermont's capital. Her patrons include many influential members of the nobility. An enigmatic woman, she combines her enchanting charm with intelligence and open mindfulness. 7. The beloved son of Queen Regent Disa and a candidate to become the next council ruler. He is not he is not part of he is not party to his mother's conspiracies and is concerned with doing what is right. He has a princely elegance, but his boyish sincerity sometimes turns it to naivety. Glendwire, a young elf with an air of gentleness and timidity. What that is rare among the usual hardy elves. He is interested in the tools humans use and is fluent in human language. He despairs his lack of skills in archery, which is essential for an elven guard. I think we've seen him on a couple of videos. Dorian, I'm gonna. I hope that's her name. Sister of Glendeer, she too hails from the elves' home in the forest depths. A quiet, refined young woman with elegant manners due to her older brother's influence. She understands a few words of human language and is kind and welcoming to those of other races. So they actually like outside races. Lenart, Fighters Meister and swordsman who has long served the fortress of village of Melv. So he of Melv. Is that the Elvish one? With his exceptional swordsmanship and leader skillship. With his exceptional swordsmanship and leadership skills, he has held the fort and protected the land from the dragon. Though already retired, his skills show no signs of waning. Sigurd, Mystic Spearhand Maester. He hunts dragons for his own personal reasons. He is a quiet man with an inquisitive mind, and he constantly trains to improve his fighting skills and unique style. He is obsessed with the extermination of dragonkind and wanders the world in pursuit of dragons. I assume his whole family was killed by dragons. That is my assumption. I will probably definitely 9 times out of 10 be trying to find him on day one. Luz, a Vermundian court oracle and trickster Meister. Out of fear for her life over speaking out against the false arisen taking the throne, she is currently in hiding. Well, that's not good. All right. And I think that about wraps it up. Sorry about this video being so long, but I didn't realize it would take that long to get through the entire website. But yeah. Hope you all enjoyed the video. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button and let me know down in the comments below if you didn't know.